name is Jeff Borney. I chair the Conservation Commission. We've been doing this for 8 years when the mayor reconvened our commission and said, guys, we got to do something to preserve some pockets of open space in the town. So we've been at it for 8 years, and the whole idea is to just get people out to experience some of the town's open properties, and the property that we're highlighting this year is Bertini Park. And at this point, I think we'll turn over to Aaron. And Aaron, take it away.
All right, this is primarily a hike, and you can just enjoy and get some physical exercise, but it's also an opportunity to take a look at nature and see some things that are coming out in the spring. As you know, things are bursting in the spring. I think I've been talking about voice stuff when you used to see it. So why does it doesn't hit? No,
there you go.
Don't let him in the house that way, Alice. No way. I know everyone else is told him to take their shoes off.
Red and green.
Is that it? Don't forget your leaves.
No, that's fine.
We have one hemlock out front. A friend of mine, my house, I would have expected a long time ago.
Raccoon. Probably raccoons.
And there's duck over here. I see duck tracks across the way there.
I have a
There's raccoons. It's nice. There's a raccoon. There's a little guy that might take it. Maybe they're looking for crayfish, or snails, or worms, or other things that live in the mud. But you can see the tracks, and you can see the little dig marks.
Wow, something's been here. Look at this.
Got here some animals and digging for food.
Let's push down in the water. This is a better example of the Christmas stocking with a little toe on it. This Christmas tree fern. Every river carries sediment. That's one of its functions of a river, to carry sediment, dirt. Sediment is dirt that's transported in the water, and it carries the sediment along, and sometimes you probably don't even notice it. And then when we have a big flood event, when we have a big storm, we have a flood. And then the river expands out like that because it's so full, and this is the Muddy River floodplain. In other words, where you point to the water, that's the river, but then this flat area is called the Muddy River floodplain. So it's good to preserve the entire floodplain. Now what you observe is there's this little island that formed in the middle of this river here, probably from a lot of sediment that came down from upstream, and it got deposited.
Every time I read it, in my head I think Alice.
Then this, I'd like to point out this very odd characteristic of the slope here. Most slopes aren't littered with rocks like this. Does anybody know why this slope might be littered with rocks like this?
No.
It's
I was going to say maybe when someone's clearing the field.
oh, floods. No, not floods. Actually, this is a rather unusual geological formation. It's a trap rock ridge. It's an igneous formation. That means it was formed by volcanic activity back in the Triassic. I played this song this year. Oh, okay. So I just won. Started late. Human liver, it's purple, and they call it hepatica, and it has a little white and pinkish flower in April. We're getting up higher on the slope. That means it gets drier up here. There's less moisture, and we just ran into a little shrub that can tolerate the tough conditions up here. This is low bush blueberry. It grows low, it doesn't get high. I'm straining for the name of this. I think it's rock cress. That's what I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but it grows on ridges like this. We're at the top of a ridge. This is a wood violet, not the ones that grow in the lawn. And then the tree tried to protect itself, so it added more bark to protect itself from the invasive virus or whatever it is, and then developed these outgrowths. Now, of course, in the old days, the Indians and the colonists would cut those off and scrape them out and make a bowl.
There it is. Big rock, right?
It's scheduled to be completed by a consultant next year and then probably published the following year. So we will have a trail map someday.